G'day everyone, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to hopefully answer your question about whether the Honda NX500 is the motorbike for you. Is it your next bike? Does it suit you? So I've had this bike for about 3 weeks now, and I can tell you that I'm falling in love all over again. The purpose of this bike for me is to travel all over the countryside of Thailand, starting here where I live in Chiang Mai, riding through the mountains as I have done today, as I have done nearly every single day that I've had the bike, and just getting used to the feel of it, the weight of it, the power, cornering, all those sorts of things, the features that are included in the bike, plus a couple of the other additional items that I've added to the bike specifically for touring. While not a larger touring bike, I'm not that experienced. I'm not planning on going off-road through the jungle, all the little tracks and everything like that through the hillside. So it is, I think, what they call a mid-size adventure bike. So again, not going off-road, not doing any of that bush bashing. I am relatively new to biking. I'm not really what I would consider myself a biker, but I suppose I'm learning to be one. So as a motorbike mechanic, I'm a far better carpenter, and some would argue that I'm not even a very good carpenter, but everyone has their opinion. I have owned a few bikes in the past. I've ridden plenty of scooters here in Thailand, predominantly Chiang Mai, Phuket and a couple other places as well. But this is my first bike that I've owned brand new, specifically for this purpose. And being a bigger bike, a 500cc, to carry my fat clacker around, it's certainly more than enough for what I need it for. So I'll show you a few photos. I've got a few videos as well. I am out today just past Samung, which is about an hour and a half out of Chiang Mai. I've stopped here at a little business. Looks like a relatively new business. Camping, roadside food. Again, passes through a number of different villages. And it's just a beautiful place. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful country. So I'm making the most of it. I'll go through some of the specifications of the bike, but what I will do, down in the description of this video, I'll leave a website link to the actual Honda page. As I said, I'm relatively new to all this, so I'll just point out a couple of the things that I'm aware of and that I've used and see how that matches up with whether it could be about your bike. Okay, so just a bit of a walk around the bike here. As you can see on the front there, good set of LED lighting, indicators. It does have ABS on both the rear and the front brakes. Double calipers on the front. And I've deliberately left the ignition on so you can have a look at the screen. Now, it is in partial sun here, but the view of the screen is actually very, very good, including at night. Definitely no problems with being able to view the screen at all. There's all the bells, buttons, switches that you could need. I've added on a mobile phone holder, which is a very good one. It's about 1400 baht. Locks it in. And what I have added, I'll go through these things first, is just down in the dash part there, you can see I've plugged in my phone for a double USB charging point. Very good to keep my phone charged on the longer trips. Along with this DJI Action 5 camera. I can plug that in and keep that charged as I travel along. The other items I did add were 2 pairs of spotlights, driving lights. Okay, so 1 pair up the top and 1 pair down the bottom. Now, primarily for safety. You can never be too safe, certainly here in Thailand. So there we have the yellow. Obviously it doesn't stand out too much during the day, but certainly when you're traveling through the mountains at night or through a dark section in the rainforest, then they certainly do stand out. Here you can see that they are on white, so the spotlights, and they do illuminate the area quite well. And if you hold the buttons down for a few seconds, they flash. So again, good in an emergency situation or to let people know that you're passing. So they are basically the 3 items that I have added in when I did purchase the bike new from Honda Big Wing in Chiang Mai. I did want to purchase the bike with all the factory additional extras, so I didn't have to worry about taking it back, sourcing the extras and spending that extra time. Just do it all in one go. So again, I believe all the extras that were from the standard bike. So you do have the headlight guard, I assume protect from rocks and other items. It does have the heavy duty crash bars, which the lights are mounted to. And down the bottom it has the sump exhaust guard, very heavy duty, to protect the bottom of the bike. The bike also came with the 3 boxes. So attached to the seat is obviously the frame that the boxes are attached to. So you get one top box, quite large, and then the 2 smaller boxes either side. As it turns out, these should be more than enough for me to carry all my stuff as I'm traveling around. One of those boxes is big enough to carry all my camera gear, my laptop, my drone, and all the other stuff that I'm going to require for my longer trips. And part of what I'm doing now is just driving around, obviously, the Chiang Mai countryside to test out all these sorts of things. What am I going to need extra? How much can I take? And as I said earlier, just determine the performance of the bike, me learning how to, I suppose, handle it properly, which so far, as I said earlier, I'm in love with it. It's a fantastic bike. All the other specifications that the bike has, I'll leave that to you to research via the link that I'll provide you. The way I understand it though is that it is the successor of the CB500X, So the 500X, as I understand, has been around for 14 or 15 years with modifications every year or so. The NX500 is now the model to choose with all those improvements and updates over the years. So again, without being an expert, it's a very, very good bike.